So this video is just going to be for fun. What we have here are shotgun chamber adapters. Now these let you shoot pistol and even some rifle rounds out of your shotguns. Now with the shotguns, they're not really going to seal too well in the bore, the smaller gauges in the larger bores, unless you have ones that are obviously longer that actually go into the barrel. These are just chamber adapters. But anyway, this one is for a 12 gauge shotgun. The main part of it right here is a 12 gauge shell diameter, but it takes a 20 gauge shot shell. The one I had in there behind it is a 20 gauge chamber adapter that takes a 32 gauge shot shell. So what you can do with this, I'll get to that one in just a moment, but you can shoot 20 gauge out of your 12 gauge, or you can take the 20 to 32 gauge adapter and shoot 32 gauge out of your 12 gauge. But again, that small of a shell is not going to have any sort of significant power coming out of a 12 gauge barrel. The 20 gauge may be a little bit more, but still it's small enough to where you're not going to build up a ton of pressure. This one is a 16 gauge adapter that takes a 24 gauge shot shell. We'll fire one of these each and just see what they do.
All right, guys, check this thing out. All right, now watch this. We'll put it right there. And obviously this is 835. That is a 20 gauge. We'll slide it in here. And I'm going to go ahead and say I do not have high hopes. I've never understood these things. There's no way in hell that gas seal is going to flare hard enough for even a standard bore 12 gauge for this to work. But for proof of concept, this should be like underpowered and do relatively nothing. In my thoughts, anyways. I was wrong, though. I was dead wrong.
It did something.
I was dead wrong. Maybe that's at 670 it has something to do with it.
Yeah, that is a 670 choke in there.
Check that out. Aw. Anyways. Good luck getting that back out.
You can just push it out with your finger.
Maybe your finger. My finger don't go in far enough without getting stuck.
Yep.
There it goes. Alrighty.
And yes, this is 20 gauge, by the way. You just don't normally see them in clear hulls.
I cannot believe that.
Yeah, it did. It thumped it pretty hard.
And I missed. Like, I about missed that. And it still shook the crap out of it.
Sorry for the shaky camera work. But there you go.
Well, you guys heard it first. I was wrong. I was dead wrong.
What I think's cool is the crimp. Hold on. Focus. The crimp sticks out in front of the chamber adapter just a little bit, and you can see it did bell it out on the very end. That's cool.
How did that just work?
I don't know.
Like, that's a 10 gauge bore, and that gas seal obviously just sealed to it from a 20 gauge.
I guarantee you the 32 gauge won't work.
Well, bet.
All right, so again, with the 20 gauge chamber adapter, we'll slide that in first. Now we have a 20 to 32 gauge chamber adapter.
I was wrong last time, but I'm saying this is not going to work.
We'll slide that in right behind it. And then we have a 32 gauge shell. It has 15 pellets and number 4 buck. And we'll slide that in. And to give you an idea of what the whole thing looks like, let me get it out here real quick. There. You can see that is a lot of chamber meat right there. Let's see what it does.
I'm standing behind you.
Ready?
Yep.
That's a really good pattern.
How?
I don't know how, but...
Somebody make this make sense.
Okay, in theory, that should not have had any power whatsoever, but it did.
Well, y'all want to see a 24 gauge and a 16?
Oh, looks just fine, too. I wouldn't have believed it unless we did it. Yeah, let's do the 24 now.
Alrighty, guys, this one's going to work. I don't know what it is. I've never proved wrong every other time I've said it. But we've got a 16 to 24 gauge chamber adapter. 16 gauge adapter. 24 gauge adapter. Let's see what this one does.
Well,
I don't understand this.
me either, but it peppered it really good. It didn't rock it quite as hard because that was 7.5 shot versus the buckshot, but look at this. That peppered it pretty good.
Trying to find a wad from them. See what the gas seal looked like on them, but I don't see them nowhere.
So these chamber adapters come from little skeeters. I think you can actually see their...
That one you can. It's been shot the least.
Little skeeters. They make these in every gauge, except for 8, I think. But that fared a whole lot better than I ever thought it would.
That's wild.
Josh actually managed to find the gas seal of the 20 gauge wad. You can see, like, it actually sealed to the bore of that 12, or at least close to it somehow. And that is an 835. They have 10 gauge bores over bore 12 gauge.
That's probably the worst possible choice.
Yeah, and it worked pretty well. It obviously smacked the ground or something and split in two, but still, surprising. You can see the white paint on it too, right there. That was fresh white paint too.
Well, alrighty guys, me and Ty sitting here talking, and I told him, I said, I've got to try that again. There's no way in hell that 20 gauge works that good. So once again, 12 gauge to 20 gauge chamber adapter, 20 gauge with 15 pellets at number 4 buck through the 835 with the True Glow 670. I still don't see how this works. This one probably won't. I said that. Yeah, no, once again, how? How does that work?
Don't know.
I don't know neither.
Oh yeah, this hull is something cool too. It's a really old Winchester, actually Western, I think. No, Winchester compression formed high brass. They don't make these anymore.
It's been shot a bunch.
Yeah. So one more round with the 20 gauge. This is 12 pellets of 31 cal. Let's get that chamber adapter in there. Shell in behind it. Let's see what this does. Some big buckshot this time. Most of them missed it, but still, it hit it pretty good. Now I have one more 32 gauge shell I want to try. This is kind of hard to get out because that end of the shell is flared out, but we'll get it out. There we go. All right. Slide that back into the chamber. The 20 to 32 gauge inside of it. And then a 32 gauge, and this is 12 pellets of number 3 buck. Get that in there. And here we go. I think one hit it. That's quite a wide spread. But, I mean, it works. How it works, I don't know.
Mind blown. Maybe we'll find something else cool to do. 32 or 12 to 20, 20 to 32, 32 to 410. We'll just keep stacking adapters till we're shooting a 22 long rifle out of that friggin' 835.
Well, screw that. We'll just get him for the 10 gauge. We'll get a 10 gauge, step down to 12, which steps down to 20, then 32, then 22 long rifle.
Well, let us know what you think about this one. I know it was random, but we've had these things for a while.
So we don't have any more 24 gauge shells, but we do have some black powder 28 gauge, 2.5 with a 490 round ball. Now, the reason why we're doing this is, one, because it's black powder, really low pressure. There's a lot of chamber meat there, and it's a close enough fit to 24 that it still works, and we can hit that plate no problem. I had to say something, didn't I?
You sure did.
I missed.
Anyways, pop that out there and show them the difference between 24 and 28. It actually fire forms it, so.
Yeah, it does fire form the brass.
And yes, they are disgusting. It is black.
We'll
but as you can see, there's like maybe a 16th difference. But anyways, try to hit that plate again.
There's 24 thousandths of difference, I think.
Oh, I was wrong then. How many thousandths is the 16th of an inch?
I missed again. 600th?
Oh.
Something like that.
I was still wrong. Trade me.
I hit it twice off camera, and I can't hit it on camera. That's about the way it goes.
I have also hit it twice off of camera. But what the flippity flop fudge?
It's just the camera.
Point it at the hillside. Seriously.
What hillside?
Point it over there.
Okay.
It's just the camera. Ow! Alrighty, guys. Last one that I have, anyways. Like I said, I can't do it on camera.
Okay, accuracy is a little bad.
That is hot. I mean, that's flipping hot. No, I'm joking. Just be a man.
Alright, I've got one more here. Let's see. Nope.
Hold on a sec. I won't film you.
Get out of here. Alright.
There you go. I'm pointing at the hillside.
Alrighty.
You still suck.
I hit it. Not really.
I've got to hit this thing once on camera.
Me too.
Alrighty, guys. Missing intentionally is fun and all, but it's even more fun when I really ain't trying to miss. I don't understand this. I hit this every time off of camera.
It's because it's a 490 round ball going through a 640 diameter bore.
But I've hit it every time off of camera.
I know.
You stupid. I got one left. I said die, Mr. Gong.
There you go.
I had to cheat.
Alright, I have two more.
Ow! Everything here burns you. No, like, feel that barrel.
Oh yeah, that barrel's warm.
Down here at the chamber, it's like crazier.
Here you go, trade me.
This is one nasty endeavor. But if it ain't fun...
Finally hit it.
They're actually smacking it with some authority.
That's hot.
Yeah. I can't believe how well that 28's actually working.
It's getting a little gummed up too, to be honest.
Like, that is smacking the crap out of that. Granted, you're only 10 yards away, but...
I think that's all the shells. Now let's clean this thing out. Oh, I don't need that anymore. But I have some smokeless over here. And they're actually 16 gauge.
Day. You know that?
Huh?
This was a fun way to end the range day.
Oh yeah, look at this. That is tight going in. It's dirty. It didn't even eject. It just pooped it out. Yeah, it's just pooped them out.